Most owners, whether private or public, have multiple objectives for their land beyond increasing fire resistance. Fortunately, these objectives can be very compatible with fuels reduction. First, let's talk about wildlife. Many wildlife species utilize brush for food, nesting, and hiding cover, yet fuels reduction projects often remove brush in order to reduce fire severity and spread. The key to balancing these concerns is to break up the continuity of the brush by retaining brush patches and treating the area between them. Again, retaining patches of dense vegetation for habitat while breaking up the continuity of fuels is the key. Deciduous shrub species, such as this ocean spray plant, tend to have a high foliar moisture content and aren't that flammable. So a blanket practice of cutting, mowing, or masticating all brush in the understory is usually unnecessary from a fire standpoint. The biggest contributor to fire spread is fine fuels less than 3 inches in diameter. Retaining a few snags and down logs per acre won't contribute that much to the fuel hazard and will provide numerous wildlife habitat benefits. Fuels reduction goes hand in hand with efforts to thin out overly dense forests to increase tree vigor and resistance to pests. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but for many landowners, fuels reduction is not only compatible with aesthetics, but can actually improve the appearance of the forest. Partly this is achieved by removing the slash that makes things look messy. Some owners favor a very uniform park-like appearance, but a more natural-looking forest that is also fire-resistant is promoted by retaining trees of various sizes, including individual small trees or patches of small trees, and patches of denser vegetation, as seen in this photo. The key to maintaining fire resistance is separating the denser patches so there are not large contiguous areas of heavy fuels. Here's another view of the same forest showing a retained patch of denser vegetation. This is both fire resistant and attractive. Fuels treatments can improve grazing potential by opening up the canopy, increasing grass growth, and reducing surface fuels that impede livestock access. Okay, let's briefly summarize what we've learned in the fuels reduction module. The goal of fuels reduction is to modify fire behavior, reduce its negative effects, and make it easier to suppress, not to fireproof. You can make your forest or woodland or rangeland more fire resistant by reducing surface and ladder fuels, spacing out tree crowns, and retaining the largest, most fire resistant trees. There are many fuels reduction methods, each with pros and cons. Focus your fuels reduction in priority areas. And finally, fuels reduction can be integrated with and is compatible with many other objectives such as wildlife, grazing, timber, forest health, aesthetics, privacy, and others.